Hello everyone and welcome back to more Going Local here with, still Feyenoord. Let's talk about it. Yes, welcome back to the start of Season 6 here in the Save, and for, the third time in the Save? We're starting off season with a club that we kind of really ideally wouldn't still be with, but you got to win the trophies, and then also you have to actually get the jobs, which it depends on the jobs being there and depends on the jobs actually wanting to hire you, which is, always a bit of an issue. So what has happened that has left us in this situation is a situation that actually overall I'm not too bothered about being in. It's, the season's gone well so far. As you can see, we're all the way up to the 15th of December. Through the magic of the weekend, I have been able to just go through the first half of the season, so we don't need to dwell on the league situation, because obviously we've won the Eredivisie. That is the plus. We've done that already. We don't need to worry about that. The focus in this season where we're still here is going to be the Dutch Cup and also Europe as well, which we'll talk about more in a minute. But what has led to us still being here? Well, you may recall last time there was some potential jobs on offer. Real Sociedad, Villarreal, I believe, as well. Didn't apply for those because they were didn't really appeal to me at this sort of stage. I did apply for the Arsenal job. Wasn't really sort of too sure whether to take the job or not, but we did an interview. We had an interview for it, and we didn't get offered the job. So the decision was made for us, really, by Stan Kroenke and the Arsenal board. They decided to hire Gerardo Sioni instead from Wolfsburg. Now, Wolfsburg then offered us an interview as well. I didn't go to them because their squad looked incredibly average. So with that in mind, there weren't really any other vacancies. The Marseille job became available as well, but that was about it. And then Wolfsburg then hired Thomas Lech, the bloke you may recall was in charge of Alkmaar. So that was the only other vacancy that was available from a sort of club we'd even contemplate really at the moment. And so there was nothing really that actually I felt was worth going to at this stage. But we will definitely be leaving at the end of the season. My contract runs out at the end of the year. And even if we don't win the cup, and hopefully we will win the cup, but even if we don't, then I will not be renewing the contract, because that will make it incredibly difficult to get out of. The board have offered me a 5-year deal like 3 times at this point. They want me to stay, but I think it's time for a new challenge. Hopefully a new challenge with the cup wrapped up. Obviously this is season 6, we've only got 14 years left. I mean, I'm prepared to make the time limit aspect a bit more flexible, but we'll see what we can do. And I think, as I say, we'll be moving on in the summer. But anyway, how have things been going? Well, first of all, let's go through the transfers, because we made some moves that I think have significantly improved the squad. First of all, the outs quickly. This man, Kai, whatever, we signed him for £230,000 a few years ago. Barely played, did nothing, was useless. Massive profit though, so that's a win. And otherwise, no notable departures again. None of the big name players have been sold. There was interest, but we've kept them all because it's just easier to, really. But a few fringe players have gone for a bit of cash. Candelaria, we've played occasionally, 5 million for him. And then Azarkin as well, a little bit of money for him, £6 million. So decent money for 2 guys who were never going to play. But what about the players we have signed? Well, as I say, I think we significantly strengthened in the key areas we needed to do. First of all, sort of backup left back, left-sided centre-back, Kik Pieri has been signed. He was somebody who we actually agreed a deal for last summer, but when the proposed takeover happened, that one got cancelled. I revived the other one. I think the other one was Umbayamba, but we've got him in now. £1.7 million. Could have been free last year, but former Ajax player, Ajax Youth Academy product. Not going to really play much, but just sort of an upgrade on what we had in terms of a backup in that kind of area. But the main area we really needed to strengthen in was in goals, and that is goals from midfield and goals from our strikers. Our strikers were not particularly great last season. Ilias did okay, but he wasn't amazing. So that is what I focused on with the 3 main signings. First one, Maximiliano Romero, who in this universe is now Dutch, which means we can sign him, no issue. He is Argentinian in real life. You may recall he was a wonder kid on, I think it was FM18. I'm not sure. Pretty sure it was FM18. Really good player on that game. He moved to PSV in real life, and he's been there since the start of the game, and has done okay when he's played. I mean, he got 9 goals last season, which is pretty good return, and we managed to get him for free. His contract expired. We got him for free. He's the backup this year. only 2 goals in the league, but he's scored a few more elsewhere. He's done pretty well as a backup. He's a pretty solid option. And we have also used one of our wildcards as well. Only one. The other one, the former players one, still remains, mainly because there wasn't really anyone who I was going to be able to bring in. Did consider Stevie Mallon, would have cost too much money because we know how good he is. But we were able to use the other wild card, the player not from one of the 8 countries we're managing in one, that one. We were able to use that one, and it's exactly what we did at Celtic. We have signed a Brazilian player on loan. It was Rodrigo there. It's Marcus Antonio here on loan from Liverpool. We are just paying his wages, which are not all that much, things considered. And that's an amazing deal because he is really good. World-class midfielder, it says, and I don't disagree. He's made a real difference. Daniel Van Kam, for all of his endeavour, is not the best footballer in the world. And Antonio is clearly an upgrade. His goal-scoring output, his assist output is pretty good. Yes, he's definitely up-leveled the team. And then finally, one more signing. I wanted to get another striker, and I wanted to get a first-choice striker in, and there was no better option than this man here. It's Dave Samba. That's what we're calling him. You may recall him last season from when we played his old club, FC Volendam. It's not his name. We won't mention his actual programmed name, but we're calling him Dave Samba, and he is having a wonderful time. I mean, wonder kid, only 18. He looks really good. He is really good. I've already played half a season with him, and he has not done as well as he has done at Volendam. He got 27 goals last season, which is ridiculous for a then 17-year-old. Only 8 so far this season, but 7 assists as well. The average rating is good. He's not. I've not been able to find a way other than Adam Eder, basically, on the entirety of FM21 and Erling Haaland as well in other saves, to have a striker consistently score like 20 plus goals a season. But as long as their overall performance contribution is good, which Samba has been excellent in terms of providing for others as well, then that's absolutely fine. And 8 goals is not bad at all. He is really good. He could be incredibly special. It's going to be interesting to see how he develops over the course of the save as well. So those are the signings, and you've seen some of the goal tally, some of the average ratings. So how has the season gone? Well, you can see at the top, we're top of the league. We'll come to the table in a minute. You can work out how many points we've got by counting this up, doing some maths. No better place to start than the Super Cup. The Super Cup where we beat our mortal enemies Ajax 2-1. It's a great start of the season. Hopefully a sign of things to come. Retaining this once, second time we've won this one. Very good indeed. And a goal on their debuts for Samba and Antonio. Late on from Antonio, 89th minute, to give us a deserved win. Great performance there. And that did set the tone for the rest of the season. It has been really, really good. August was absolutely flawless. 5 matches, 5 wins in the league, no goals conceded, at least 3 scored in every game, including a 4-0 win this time against Ajax. Brilliant stuff. Really good performance there. Similar story for September as well. 4 wins there, the most notable of which was a fantastic 5-3 win against Manchester United in the Champions League group stage. It's been going incredibly well. We did finally have a bit of a slip up. We lost to Milan at the start of October in the Champions League. A 93rd minute winner for them. Bit unfortunate really. But in the league, more wins on the board. We conceded our first goal in the league in October against Alkmaar. That's how good we've been so far. November, slightly less 100%-y, but still pretty good. Our first drop points in the league, our only drop points in the league so far, was a 0-0 with Volendam. We lost to Porto and Man United in the Champions League. That's gone about as well as I was hoping for really, but we beat Sparta as well. And then in December, 4 wins to begin the month. Newly promoted Alma City, beat them 9-1. That was fun. And then wins against Vitesse. Milan beaten in the Champions League, and then Pexvol, a 4-0 win against them. They are bottom of the Eredivisie table. Let's go straight to the Eredivisie table. We are top, and we are top by 10 points. Even if Ajax win their game in hand, we're 10 points clear. It's looking good so far for another Eredivisie title, which obviously we don't need, but would certainly not just do any harm to our reputation, which clearly still needs to be boosted. If we can't, we've had interviews with Arsenal, with Tottenham, Porto, Benfica. We've not got those. I mean, since we've been at Feyenoord, we've had interviews with Arsenal and Spurs, didn't get those jobs. Now, maybe that was to do with my answers to the interview questions. I don't know. I think it's mostly to do with our reputation. Our reputation has grown quite a bit. It's currently 75%. Another Eredivisie title, hopefully a Dutch Cup, will boost that enough to hopefully enable us to get a better job. So the league is going exceptionally well. The Champions League it went pretty much ideally as far as I was concerned, in that we did finish in third place. We're never going to win the Champions League anytime soon, but the Europa League, as we saw last season, got to the semi-finals. We've got a realistic chance of doing quite well there. So to be knocked out and finish in third, you get all the money, but you go to the Europa League knockouts. That's really, for me, with a club like Feyenoord, is the ideal situation. And unlike last year with Bayern Munich, there are not too many terrifying teams left in. Leipzig are there. Sporting are going to come down. Celtic, again. Hertha Berlin. Ajax, because we can't get rid of them. Sevilla. Zenit St. Petersburg. And then from the actual Europa League, Lyon are there. Lazio. AZ Alkmaar are in there. Real Sociedad. Spurs, probably the biggest team, if you want to call them that. Wolfsburg, we could have gone there maybe. PSV, Hoffenheim. Rangers, Southampton are there. Bilbao. Kiev, Lens. There's no one abjectly terrifying, so I think we've got a chance there too. So there you go then, all caught up. That is what we're going to be focusing on for the rest of the season. The Dutch Cup and the Europa League. Can we win them both? I'll settle for the Dutch Cup. I will take that right now, and we're going to be kicking that off today against Heracles, who you may recall were relegated in our first season in Holland. They've been promoted again, and like every promoted side, apart from Alma, they just seem to be doing really well. Currently in 7th place in the Eredivisie. They have beaten Alkmaar this season. They've beaten Ajax as well. We beat them, but they're not going to be straightforwards. And in terms of what we want from other teams, PSV are playing Groningen, so that's 2 decent sides. One of them will be taken out. Alkmaar have got a relatively tricky game against Willemsvee. Ajax are at home against Alma City, the team we beat 9-1, so no help there. What we want is for Ajax to please just get knocked out by someone else. Or at the very, very least, if we have to play them, I hope we get a home game, because 2 years in a row we've been knocked out by being drawn away to Ajax, which I don't think is very fair. We have actually got the knockout round draw for the Europa League. First knockout round, obviously we don't get to skip that as we were coming down from the Champions League. But let's see who we are going to get. Hopefully someone good. Celtic out first. We don't get them. We will be playing Rangers. So it's not Celtic, but it is Rangers. Again, who will be taking the record, I think, for the team we've played the most in the save. They'll be going clear of that. In fact, they've already got it, haven't they? Because we play them 4 times a season every year in Scotland. So, yeah, personal most played team will be Rangers by far. There's the rest of the draw. Potentially tricky for Ajax against Bilbao, maybe. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think we've got a good chance of winning, though. Oh, and also one of the things that I want to do, let's check the current job situation. Sevilla's available, Hoffenheim, Leicester, some decent teams, but it's too early, really. Basically, if we start looking at jobs sort of March time, then what you can do, I don't think a lot of people necessarily know this about FM, what you can do is you can agree to take over at a team at the end of the season. So you do your interview and they say, do you want to take over now? Do you want to take over at the end of the season? If you say end of the season, I mean, it doesn't guarantee you get the job. Quite often it's kind of a negative for them. But if a team really wants you, they will agree to you taking over at the end of the season. So we can still complete everything with Feyenoord this season before taking over at the end of the year, rather than necessarily waiting for any potential sackings in the summer, which we've seen in previous years don't necessarily happen. But yeah, we'll see. The jobs market on this year's in this save seems to be being really, really weird. I posted on Twitter, I said it last time, how Hansi Flick has still got a job after not winning the Bundesliga for 3 years is pretty ridiculous. Right, first cup games, Volendam, who have often been an issue for us, have been knocked out, so that's quite good. NEC doing the job there, and PSV beat Groningen as well. Groningen and Volendam, probably the 2 sides that have caused us the most grief since we've been in Holland, aside from Ajax. So happy to see them both go. Right then, our turn, and Alkmaar, it's not over yet, but Alkmaar are losing 2-0 to Willemsvee. That is, on the one hand, good to get rid of Alkmaar, but Alkmaar are one of the best sides we're kind of hoping would take out Ajax. So swings and roundabouts. But anyway, We need to make sure we focus on our job and make sure we don't slip up and go through. So here is the team that is what we've been using so far this season. The ratings kind of tell you the story for how well it's been going. Specken is going to be in goal. Shimikas, Senesi, St Juste and Kenny is the defence, of course. Cataldi, Davis and Marcus Antonio is the midfield. Yeah, his rating, a significant improvement on Van Kam's average rating. Braff is on the left-hand side still. Dilrison's on the right. I should say, didn't say that. I renewed Jaden Braff's loan and also Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons isn't very good, but he's just sort of a useful squad option. Braff, obviously, last season was one of the stars. Really, really good. So he's still here. Brian Robbie's loan, we did not renew with the new strikers. The main new striker, of course, Dave Samba, is going to be starting up front. Right then, let's see what we can do. They've got Jack Lane up front, who I recall on FM20 being like this. He's a Swedish striker who you could usually get for quite cheap, who just has really good attributes for a striker. He's not like the most amazing striker ever. I shouldn't have said that. He'll score a hat-trick, but he's a decent player, one to watch out for. But we're at home. We've been going really well this season. We should have enough about us to get the job done, you would think. Or not, because, we're recording. It's the first game of the season and we nearly concede. The opening highlight of the season on the channel, nearly going behind. But no, let's sort ourselves out, please. We have been very, very ruthless is the word I'd use. Ruthless, clinical and professional throughout the season. Dilrison has been fantastic. Samba with a sweeping ball across to Antonio and just pressing forwards a little bit, winning a bit of space. His technical ability is better than Van Kam, that's for sure. Kenny back to Davis, and it's been cleared away. We still have possession. Shimikas, as he often does, breaking into the final third. Can he put a ball across? It's a penalty. It's been given. We're not even going to VAR. There's been some questionable VAR since we've been in Holland. Questionable decisions, but this one goes our way. And Antonio, we bigged him up. It's a big save. He's been his record with penalties is 100% until that point. 100% until we start recording. So could have been a great start, but it's not ideal really. I mean, if we lose this, that'll be bad. Although Sobel's gone in there, it's a big challenge. He's going to get sent off. Well, that's certainly a boost for us. Down to 10 men already are Heracles. That should help. That should make things easier. John Joe Kenny whips it in. Braff is there. I don't know what's just happened. I don't think it was even a save. Lawrence, I think, cleared it away. Well, it's dramatic so far, at the very least. Shimikas flicks it in to the box, and there we go. It's not taking that long to find the breakthrough. Dave Samba does what Antonio couldn't do. It's a goal. Dave Samba with yet another goal this season. He's getting better and better as the year goes on, as he gets used to the role, used to the system. Great cross from Shimikas. It's a brilliant header from Samba. His heading isn't amazing, but that was a good finish from the youngster. And you'd think that would hopefully open the gates a little bit. Senesi goes close. It's a good save from Dean. This is another goalkeeper who has taken the magic goalkeeper juice that seems to be running riot in the streets of Holland. I know you can get some illicit substances in Holland, but it's kind of taken a bit too far. Braff has got the ball in the net, but he's offside, which is great. Let's see if we agree with this one. He isn't offside, is he? He's not offside. Samba was offside, but he wasn't interfering with play. So that's ridiculous, isn't it? Great. I mean, it's outstanding refereeing so far. To be honest, I don't think the penalty we got was a penalty. So it's probably justice that we didn't score it. Anyway, Braff is in again. This time he is onside, I was about to say. He's offside again. What are we doing? What is this? Is he offside? He's not, is he? He's not offside. It's doing the flashy thing. He's not offside. 2 perfectly good goals ruled out and a penalty save. Thank God that Samba was able to score that goal. I would be absolutely furious right now. Even more so than I already am. Even more so than I just am on a general basis, given things. But anyway, Kenny needs to not do something stupid here. We do retain possession. A second would be really good, just to make the game a bit safer. Dilrison, good control across. Braff, it's not gone in. It's gone over. I mean, it's all us, as you would expect, against 10 men, which again, that's another positive. It's been a positive-ish first half. It could have been better, we should be at least 2-0 up. Are we going to go 2-0 up? We are. And it's a horrendous own goal. An utterly dreadful own goal. It's been given to the goalkeeper, which I think... Let's watch this again. I think the defender just booted it into the goal. Did he hit the keeper on the way in? Dilrosun knocks it down to Samba. Samba doesn't get there. And yeah, you can't give that to the keeper. You cannot give that to the keeper. It's this man here. It won't let me click on him, but I'm pretty sure by process of elimination, it is Lawrence. Lawrence has just booted it into the goalkeeper and it's gone in the goal. So it's 2-0, which is the least we deserve for our dominant performance. What a weird game this has been. I mean, perfect choice for this to be the first game of the season. This time, Braff does actually score. He's definitely onside this time. They can't take it away. It's 3-0. I think we're through. But, I mean, it's been entertaining, hasn't it? Some weirdness on display from Football Manager 21 in today's game. Great ball in from Davis. It's a typical Braff finish as well. And nothing the goalkeeper can do. It's incident-filled. You'd love to watch this on the Dutch match of the day, wouldn't you? It's 3-0 at half-time, and yeah, really good. Kenny's got an injury, which given our dominance, I will probably take him off for. We'll bring Teze on, who is, he's sort of very average as a backup. Well, I tried to get another right-back backup in. There wasn't anyone, so he'll do for now. Shimikas got a bit of a knock as well, so we'll bring on Pieri. Full change at full-back. Otherwise, nothing else so far. At the second half, nothing has happened. All the drama was contained within the first 45 minutes. Corner relatively late on. Cataldi and Senesi has... I swear that went in the goal, but then I remembered it was Marcus Senesi, so I knew better. And that was that. A game of two halves in the sense that there was no drama whatsoever in the second half. All of it in the first. The game was, of course, completely done once the third goal went in. Really, once the second goal went in. Very pleased with the performance, boys. Potential banana skin is avoided. We make it through to the Dutch Cup third round. And Alkmaar, as if they've done that, Alkmaar come from 2-0 down to win 4-3 in extra time. Well, I can't say we don't get luck, because we do. But it's still annoying. Kenny's out for a week, which is annoying. Unfortunately... That's the case. Shimikas seems fine though, so that's all right. Can Ajax get knocked out? Any luck there whatsoever? No. I mean, we scored 9 past them, so at least we're better than that. They have also signed Ted Westerman, who you might recall was another sort of striker we were looking at signing from Pex Vol. 20.5 million. We couldn't afford that. That was what they wanted. He's done better than Samba, but you know, not massively better. But right, here's the key moment. Third round draw. Please draw Alkmaar and Ajax together. Alkmaar at home, Ajax away. Just give us that. Please, can we not play Ajax ever again? Right, we're out. Okay, well, that's quick. We're out first. We're out second. Away at SC Canberra. That's good. But can we get some luck from elsewhere? Alkmaar against Venlo. So it's not going to happen, is it? Utrecht are having a good season. Ajax get PSV. Right, okay. They're at home, which is obviously not ideal, but that is a potential difficult team for them. PSV haven't been very good in the save, but they're having an okay-ish start to the season this year. So, yeah, maybe they can get knocked out. I'm hopeful. We'll see. We will see. Anyway, that will be coming up next time, which will be the first game after the winter break and our first game of 2026. We're getting quite a way into the save now. But anyway, that is going to be that for today. Thank you very much for watching this pretty action and information filled episode, I think it's fair to say. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe as well. Can we win the Dutch Cup? Can we win the Europa League? Can we actually get a job at the end of the season somewhere else? Who knows? We will see. Fingers crossed. But thank you very much once again for watching, and I will see you next time.